Hello everyone, welcome to my channel today. I'm Tara with Pieces of Tara Artistry. Thank you for joining me. So I'm going to be doing a botanical texture piece. So I'm starting here with that Tri-Art molding paste, gesso, and sand, and I'm just mixing them all together. I don't really have any ratios. I just mixed up a few squirts of all of them and kind of got to the consistency that I wanted. And now I'm just spreading it out on the canvas in a way that I want kind of my under texture to be. So I first just put it on with my little spoon palette knife there, and then I kind of go back over once I get to the areas that I kind of want that texture to be in. I go back in and I kind of just stipple over top, kind of just making a little bit of a texture under portion. Now this was all part of my Patreon challenge this month. It was flowers. So here are the beautiful pieces that my Patreons made. The challenge was that they would be inspired by flowers and they could do any technique that they wanted to. It just had to be inspired by the flowers. So all of them did just a fantastic job. I'm super excited about it. Izzy, that you just saw there, will be following me today with her YouTube video. So stick around for Izzy. Now this next layer that I'm using the golden modeling paste, just the regular modeling paste, and I'm mixing that with some gesso. And the reason why I mixed it with gesso is because I wanted to have a little bit of tooth to it versus just being a very smooth surface. And then actually in the end, before I put on the paint portion of this, I did go back in and put a coat of gesso over the entire thing. The thing with gesso is it has a little bit of like a talc powder in it, and so it gives your paint some tooth. So when I went back in here, I'm just very intuitively putting in things that I like, some fatter petals, some more uniform petals. I'm not really being super deliberate about this. I'm just kind of having fun. And you'll see a few times in here I did scrape the petals. I lay one down, I scrape it off. Nice thing about this is you can just scrape it off, stipple underneath, and call it good. So I started up here in this section with some more petals that were kind of in a line, and I kind of wanted to add to those, so I'm kind of bulking that part up just a little bit, adding to it, adding a little bit more kind of structure in that portion up there, and then down at on that left hand side and towards the bottom, it was kind of the petals were kind of falling apart. So that was sort of what I was doing there. Now that is a bigger palette knife of my my little one. That's my favorite. I think it's a 32. That's my favorite. And the one that is just a little bit bigger is 23. If I am wrong about that, I will put it in the description box so you guys know which one it is. But I'm just going back in with that little palette knife and adding in just some more little petals here and there. And I will be using several palette knives here to just create this texture, these flowers, these petals. You'll see me kind of switching them up here every once in a while to create different types of flowers. And I do, on my Patreon page, I do have some pretty in-depth instructions on what type of palette knives I use for which type of flowers. And I also have some videos here on YouTube that you can reference to make these petals as well, and the flowers. So again, just not being very deliberate, just kind of throwing in some texture paste and kind of where areas where I want to, reshaping some of these petals a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Just having a really good time and playing and not taking myself too seriously. And this is very, very sped up. The original portion of this took about 2 hours, and that was kind of standing back, taking a look. I scraped a couple times. Here I'm using a little bit bigger palette knife there to create this flower. It's more of that spoon petal knife that I started with, and kind of just going around in circles with that. You will see that I did create a really big flower, but it just wasn't looking right, and I liked it. Had it not been in this painting, I think I would have liked it more, but it just looked too deliberate, too perfect. So I tried it probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. It's this one here, and I ended up scraping it that many times, and then in the end I just kind of stayed with some petals there. So, and I actually liked the way it looked a little bit better. It just wasn't so deliberate to me. So I'm gonna let you guys watch for a little bit, and I will pop back in. Okay, so we're down to the painting portion, and what I did is I took my high flow medium here and I added it to a mixture of titanium white and raw umber. I don't really love to use the high viscosity paints for this part. I like to use a fluid paint, but I did not have any raw umber, so I just made do with what I had. But you have to mix it very carefully because that high viscosity paint in that high flow, it doesn't always dissolve perfectly, so you just got to be careful. And then I just took and separated out a little bit of that and I added it to water. So you'll see me here, I'm just going to take and kind of push it around with my paint. I hadn't done one like this before, and I had something in my head that I wanted to do, and so I didn't want to just plop all of the paint down at once. I wanted there to be some kind of negative white space in that botanical area. So what'll happen is if you put water and that paint in like all over the edges all the way around, it will leak into there. So I just tried to do section by section. What I would do is I'd lay it down with my paintbrush, and then I'd give it a little spray of water to kind of help it blend and flow. And I just went around the entire painting doing this. And you'll see me a few times I have to go back in, I retouch. I didn't want to spend a lot of time on this part. This took me about a half hour. It really wasn't a real big undertaking. It just was kind of fun just to let the paint flow and to kind of get this to the point I wanted. I wanted it to kind of look like linen a little bit. So that was my my idea behind this. So you see, once I got it all on there, now that I can move it around, it wasn't creeping into those center areas. So now I'm taking my paintbrush and I'm just going in between areas to kind of give it a little bit more of like a stony, linen-y look in between those flowers. I wasn't covering them completely. I was leaving a little bit of white so that it would have a little bit of contrast. And I just, again, I tilt, I spray more water. There's me just dabbing off a little bit of the water in those petal areas and the flower areas. And so I'm just gonna go ahead around it, all the way around it again, just to give it a little bit more dimension around that area. And I will spray it again with water, and I will let you watch this process here. Okay, so this is the wet result of it, and as it dries, you'll see it kind of does it'll dry a little darker in certain areas, but the final result I thought was really cool. It kind of has that real stony, cement linen-y look. I don't know exactly what, but it really does look pretty cool. So here is some photos of it on my wall, and I wasn't sure the orientation, but this is it on the art room wall. So thank you all for being here. Check out my Patreon if you're interested in additional teaching, and I appreciate you, and head over to Izzy's channel now.